Yes.
At this time,
Hello. Robert?
please rise
Okay.
for the playing of our national anthem.
We'll return with our commentary after the national anthem. The color guard is escorting the Stars and Stripes out onto the field, and we'll have the national anthem, and we'll be underway after that. And welcome back, football fans. This is the BevCam Sports Network to a cold and windy Hurd Stadium in Beverly, Massachusetts for the annual Thanksgiving Day clash between the Beverly Panthers and the visiting Salem Witches. This is the 120th game that they have played here on Thanksgiving Day.
It will be the coldest one, I guarantee you that.
And my name is Walt Kosmowski. I'll be doing the play-by-play, and my cohort, Bob Hobbs, will be doing the color. And in the studio, directing, our director and producer, Robert Dokes, and up on top of the press box, who's got the coldest assignment today, Mark Lehman is our cameraman. So Beverly has elected to receive the kickoff, and they will be receiving to open up this game. As I say, both teams are 5-5. And
Well, Walter, I apologize for being a little late, but I hated to leave the beach. I was having such a good time. I think I'm going to put out an over-under line on the number of survivors in the press box today, and it'll be about 2.
So we have, looks like Ryan Barrow and Duncan Moreland are back deep for Beverly, back around there between their 10 and 15 yard line, as near as I can see the number. It's either Barrow or Clayton McAlpine. I believe it's Ryan Barrow who's the quarterback. And looks like number 77 is kicking off. He's not taking much of a run back, and there it goes. And it's a pretty high kick. It's taken by Duncan Moreland on about his 18-yard line. He's running around to his right. He's looking to cut up field, and he's tripped up. Looked like he's looking for a hole there, but he was tripped up. And Beverly will take over 1st and 10 on about their own 28-yard line to begin this first series.
Yeah, Duncan slipped on the when he's trying to make a cut back there, so maybe the field's a little slippery.
And it is, Bob, because as I was walking around on the grass here, there are clumps of kind of a snowy, frosty stuff that are still frozen. So if you step on that, it could send you sliding. So we'll see what happens here. It is extremely cold, but Clayton McAlpine is lined up in back of, and McAlpine gets the first carry of the game. He goes around the right end, and he gains about 7 yards there, maybe 8, to about the 36-yard line or so, 35. We'll see where the refs mark the ball, 35. So it'll be second down and about 3. They've got to get to their 38-yard line. McAlpine started up, looks like he was going to go in between the tackles, and then he saw a little opening on the right side, cut to the right, and got a nice 7-yard gain out of that play. Ryan Brewer is your quarterback, number 11. And again, it's a give to McAlpine. He runs around, goes around the left end that time, and Salem had that play sniffed out. They had that completely sniffed out. That's about a 5-yard loss.
Yeah, attempting to get to the outside. He said too much company from the defense back there. He probably should have cut it back, although as you just pointed out, it's probably a tough field to cut for cutbacks.
So it's about a 3rd and 5 for Beverly. They're in the I formation. Oh, there's a penalty. Ref down here. I don't know if that's an illegal motion or.
I didn't see any motion.
I didn't see any motion either, but it looks like Beverly's going to be assessed a penalty. I don't know what that was. Didn't see anything, but now it'll be a 3rd and 10, it looks like. 3rd and 11 for Beverly. 3rd and 10, let's call it. So,
I have no idea what that penalty was.
So a 4-yard loss on the preceding play, and now a 5-yard motion penalty pushes Beverly back to a 3rd and 10. So Barrow is in the huddle with his players calling the play. And it looks like Marge Malumba is number 44 is in the game in the deeps behind Barrow. And it's a give to Malumba up the middle, and he's fighting for yardage, and he gains about 4 yards, 3 yards. So Beverly will be forced to punt here. So they are ineffective in their first series from scrimmage.
Well, again, penalties kill you, and they did in that case.
Yeah, it would have been pretty close if they hadn't had that penalty. That run there would have been pretty
I think
close.
that would have been the first down if it weren't for the penalty.
Yeah. So, and Joey Moretti is the punter for Beverly, and Salem has 2 men, and it looks like there's a timeout on Salem.
Right.
And their deep men are number 13 and number 11, as close as I can tell. And 13 is Devin Tolbert, and 11 is Jadrian Garcia, who were back, and looks like they're back for Salem to receive this punt. They're back around their own 35, somewhere between the 30. Between the 30 and the 35-yard line, and Joey Moretti will be kicking for Beverly on a 4th down and about 6. And there's the snap, and Moretti kicks, and it's a high kick, but it's very, very short. It comes down on the, it takes a nice Beverly bounce down to the 33-yard line of the Salem Witches. So the Salem Witches will take over on their first series of the game here on their own 33-yard line.
Well, Joey got a very effective roll on that punt. It turned out to be a great punt because he had a nice bounce and a nice roll afterwards.
Yeah. So Salem will take over. We'll try to get the numbers of the players here. And I apologize, I'm not that familiar with I think the quarterback is number 9, Jeffrey Holloway, and there's a 15-yard personal foul assessed against. Did you see what that was for, Bob?
I did not.
Okay, well, so that will put them back to 10. I'll put them
I've just
back.
been informed that the Salem ran into Joey Moretti, the punter, after the play was over.
Ah, okay.
That's a 15-yarder every time.
Yeah.
Justifiably is.
So Salem will take over on the 18 30-yard line rather than their 33 due to that 15-yard penalty. And the quarterback is number 9, Jeffrey Holloway. And he's got number 8 back there with him, O'Fury. Oh, and it's a high snap. And it's over the quarterback's head, and the Beverly defense is right there to cover it. And that ball's back about the 5-yard line. No, it's at the 6 or 7-yard line. So that was a loss of about 6 or 7 on that play.
That was your basic bad snap. To tell you the truth, Beverly's defenders were all over the quarterback back there. They were in the backfield quicker than the ball was.
Gonna bring up 2nd down and 17.
So that was about a 7-yard loss. So it's a 2nd down and about 17 for Salem. That ball was snapped over the quarterback's head, and all he could do then was just pounce on it. And number 4 is in motion to the right, and he gives it. Oh, and it looks like a motion penalty against Salem. Yeah.
Ball start against Salem.
So that'll push it back half distance to the goal line. So the ball will be on about the 3-yard line, and they've got to get to the 28. So that's a 2nd down, and what does that make it? 25. Second and 24 for Salem, and they're deep in their own territory. Ball is on the 3-yard line. So Salem's not starting off this first series too well, Bob.
Yeah, this is a terrible situation for Salem because it's too cold to pass almost, I would think. And the footing is tough, so the possibility of a cutback and a long run is pretty well taken, nixed.
And and there's another penalty, looks like, against Salem, another motion penalty. And if you look at the flag there, and you look at the streamers on the goalpost, the wind is going right into Salem's face, right directly into that end. So it'll be.
Keep pounding on how penalties kill you, but Salem has really put themselves in a tough spot here.
So Salem takes a timeout with a 2nd down at about 25 or 6.
Play here, they're going to have to punt out of their own end zone.
Going to be 2nd and 25 from the 1-yard line.
So they're on the 1-yard line, and they have to get to the 28. So it's 2nd and 27.
To take a safety here, to take an intentional safety, and get the kickoff from their 20. I don't know what else they could be talking about here, but.
Well, they might be looking to do a quick kick maybe or something like that, but they don't have a lot of room back there. You're right, Bob.
That's what I'm saying. I think an intentional safety here would be actually a pretty good call. And then they get to kick off from their own 20, at least get some field position out of the play, because they're not going to get any if they have to punt out of their end zone.
So Beverly comes out. They have the ball on their own 1-yard line. 2nd and 27. And it's a give, and he's stopped cold. There's just a big pile of players, and the referees still haven't blown the whistle.
Yeah, I don't know what they were waiting for.
The pile ended up in the end zone. That was a moving pile. So it's a 3rd down, and where are they placing the ball? On the 4-yard line. So it's a 3rd down and 24. They've got to get to the 28.
Bring up 3rd down and 22.
Yeah, you're right, Bob. It really would be foolish to pass on a down like this because the interception. Yeah, and the
passing into the wind. The ball's hard as a brick.
Yeah,
the quarterback's hands are frozen. This is not a good day for passing.
And there, it's another handoff, and he's tackled at about the 7 or 8-yard line, a gain of about 3 or 4, so it'll be 4th down and about
we got another
20.
Here.
Another flag. I wonder who this is against.
Jeffrey Holloway.
Looked at, it was long after the play.
This is against Beverly.
No, what is that? No,
I don't know. If it's a personal foul, it might be an automatic 1st down, which would be.
Oh, what a time to get it.
That would 1st down for Salem.
Yeah.
Yes.
1st down for Salem. Can you believe that?
An automatic 1st down. That was a.
No, that's a killer. Now what that?
That was a bad play for Beverly right there. I don't know what the penalty was, but it was good. the official threw the flag immediately, so it was.
Well, that just, you know, if you got the
It
team
was
that
obvious,
deep,
but it
there's
wasn't
no,
obvious to me because we're at a bad angle here.
so it's a first down for, they went from 4th and 24 to 1st and 10 on their own about, 20-yard line. And it's a give to their back for no gain there.
No.
O'Fury, the ball carrier. Flag on the field.
Boy, looks like we have almost a penalty on every play
I
here.
say, this is going to be a flag day. I can see that.
My
And
goodness.
some of it I could see because of the weather. On the other hand, all these dark killers.
So it'll be a 1st and 15 for Salem, and the ball is on the 19, looks like, yard line. Yeah, 19-yard line. So far we haven't seen much offense. We've seen a lot of penalties. That's about the 6th penalty of the game, 7th penalty of the game, and we've only run 8 plays.
You probably couldn't predict that number of penalties, but the lack of offense could be kind of predictable due to the weather. It is freezing.
So it's a 1st and 15 for Salem, and it's a give to the back and gain of about. Boy, the refs are letting these players play here.
Well, he just kept churning, and he never really stopped. He made a nice gain out of what looked like it was going to be a very short game.
So it's a gain of about 5, so it's a 2nd down and 10 for Salem on their, looks like the ball is on their 10, 20,
25-yard line.
the ball is on the 25-yard line. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first quarter. And number 8 is in motion to the left. It's a give, following it, and he breaks through, and he's 1st down. There were a couple of missed tackles there by Beverly, and the back kept churning and churning and churning.
He just lowers his shoulders and keeps churning, and he's alone.
Tackle for Beverly.
So it's 1st and 10 on the 40-yard line of Salem, and they had a 4th and 24 at their own.
They had him pinned on their own 1-yard line.
Yeah, and a devastating personal foul, 15-yard penalty, and a 1st down. Quarterback in the shotgun. He gives it again to number 8, and number 8 keeps fighting about a 5 or 6 yard gain there.
He's a workhorse. Might as well just keep giving it to him. He's going 5-6 yards every time he touches the ball.
So number 8 is O'Fury. Sam Lauren O'Fury is number 8. He's 6'2", 220, so he's a big guy. He's hard to bring down. It's kind of the size of our Clayton McAlpine.
He's a great between the tackles runner too, because he runs like a bull. He just, as I said, he just lowers his head, keeps those big legs churning. He's grabbing 5 and 6 yards on the plays that don't look like they're going to go anywhere at all.
Well, it looks like a flag there. That was looked like that was motion, but the referees aren't calling it.
Beverly's saying they recovered the fumble.
And what are the referees saying? Yeah, and Beverly does recover the fumble, and they recovered so they'll take over at the 45-yard line of Salem. So in that big scrum in the middle of the field, the ball came loose and Beverly was able to pounce on it. So let's see if Beverly, they were 3 and out on their first series of this game. And there's 2 minutes and 39 seconds. The clock stopped on that change of possession left in the first quarter. And we've got Ryan Barrow at quarterback. He's got a eye back. And this is a pitch to Clayton McAlpine, and he's trying to get around the end. And well, he gets maybe to the line of scrimmage, maybe a couple yards.
McAlpine, the ball carrier, the ground made the tackle for Salem.
And it's about a 5-yard gain. Actually, it didn't look like a gain
No,
that
it didn't
much.
look
But
like it.
5-yard gain.
He was
They did second down
kind of
and
tiptoeing
5
down the
for Beverly.
sideline, which we can't see here because of the Beverly players between us and the sideline straight. But he ended up making a 5-yard gain out of it.
So Ryan Barrower, number 11 at quarterback. He's got Pat Parsons, number 5. It looks like a timeout. Nope, that's not a timeout. Just a conference between Coach Andrew Morency and his quarterback, Ryan Barrower. Clayton McAlpine is back in the lineup after being out a couple of games at least due to injury. Again, they're in that I formation with all the ends in, and now it's right up the middle, and he's got the first down and then some. And that's about an 8-yard run for the first down about the 33-yard line for Beverly. So that's the first down for Beverly of this game. 2 minutes and 21 seconds left in the first quarter.
Well, I can tell you that if Ryan Barrett can unthaw his fingers, he's got a lot of room to throw a pass because Salem is playing run every play.
Yeah, they are close. Even their deep defensive backs are.
That's what I mean. Their deep backs are almost in the blocks. They're up so tight.
Yeah, 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. So if you do a quick hitter, now we see Marge Malumba coming into the game, number 44, who 2 weeks ago had a monster game. 3 weeks ago, I should say.
Yeah, 318 yards.
Yeah, he broke the school record actually.
Oh, that's a monster total.
Yeah, that's a whole season.
Yeah, just
So it looks like
right.
so he comes in replacing Clayton McAlpine and got Marge Malumba in that I formation. He's the last man in the I, and it is a give to Marge Malumba, and he plows ahead, and there's about a 4-yard gain on that. And the ball's down to the 21-yard line. They're giving him a first down. So
7-yard carry is good for a Beverly first down.
yeah. And so far, it looks like Beverly's controlling the line of scrimmage.
Well, I agree.
Going to be first and 10 from the Salem 21. Just over a minute remaining.
They were controlling it on defense also, but they went penalty red.
And it's a give to Clayton McAlpine, and Clayton fights down to about the 5-yard line. Nice nifty bit of running there by McAlpine from about the 21 down to the 5. 16-yard gain for McAlpine. So he came back from that injury full bore, and I see Marge Malumba running off the field towards the locker room. Yeah, he was without his helmet, so I don't know what was going on with that. So this will be a first and goal at the 5-yard line of Salem. 35 seconds in the first quarter. The clock is running. And it's a give to McAlpine, and he plows, and he's down.
He's in.
And is he in?
It looks like it from here.
And the referees are saying he's not.
4-yard carry down
He's
1-yard line.
It's very close. It's between the goal line and the 1-yard line. So it's second down and goal for the Beverly Panthers here. 10 seconds left. It looks like that'll be the last play of the quarter. 6 seconds, 5, 4.
I think they're going to change ends of the field here.
Yeah. And that's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Beverly 0 and the Salem Witches 0. What do you think, Bob, so far in the first quarter?
Kind of the way I thought. When I looked at the paper, I said, well, both teams are 5-5. But Beverly looks like a stronger team on strength of schedule alone.
Yeah.
And because of that, I think Beverly has a good chance to win this game. The weather conditions will great equalizer here. It's cold, and whoever makes the fewest mistakes, I think, will probably win this game.
Yeah. Yeah, they did start off. It seemed like there was a penalty almost on every play there. Beverly had a motion penalty on their first series, and then it looked like for about 4 plays in a row, Salem had some kind of a penalty. Motion mostly, and then there was a personal foul on the punt for on Salem, and then
it was a bad snap. That hurt them.
So it's second down and goal on the 1 yard line for Beverly, and they're changing ends of the
Ball
field.
to the end of the field that we can't see.
Yeah, the lines down there are so close together, it's hard to say. But we know the ball it's within the 1 yard line. So I think a quick punch, Clayton McAlpine over tackle should do it.
Yeah, this is not a good spot for any trick plays. Just give it to Clayton McAlpine and tell the line to flare out.
There we go. Foster Smallman, number 25, is in at end, right end, and there it is. And there's a give to McAlpine, and he's pushing, and
Clayton McAlpine, the ball.
And he did not make it in.
No, he got stopped.
Stiffened up, yeah. I just think he
stopped
was
the
running
shot,
upright.
but he
I don't
kept-
understand why he was running upright. He should have just put his helmet down and charged
That's
straight
right.
through.
3rd and goal from the 1.
So they gained about 6 inches on that play.
That was if they had him stop the yard shot of that. Clayton McAlpine finally just fell forward.
So we're underway here at, for those of you just joining us, we're just a few seconds into the second quarter. Beverly has took over on a fumble recovery on their own 45-yard line, and Clayton McAlpine dives into the end zone for the first score of the game. So Beverly goes up 6-0 with 10 minutes, 11 seconds left in the first half.
1 yard carry makes it 6-0 Beverly.
He did just as you just mentioned in the previous play. He put his head down and just barreled into the end zone.
So Beverly draws first blood here in this contest on a very cold and windy, frigid day. Although it is sunny, there's very few clouds in the sky. It is sunny, and the stands across from us are in the sun, whereas we are, Bob, in the shade. We're in an iron press box.
We are at the North Pole, I think is where we actually are.
And it looks like Beverly goes for 2 points, and Clayton McAlpine carries it in for 2. So Beverly goes up 8-0 over the Salem Witches. So Beverly will be kicking off. And I'd like to remind our viewers that you are watching the BevCam Sports Network. I'm your play-by-play, Walt Kosmowski. My cohort, Bob Hops, is doing the color. And our producer-director back in the warm studio at BevCam, Robert Dokes. And our frigid cameraman up on top, Mark Lehman. Thanks, Mark. I know it's cold up there. I don't know if you can hear me.
Are there any signs of life up there, Mark?
So as we mentioned, both teams came into this game with 5-5 records. But I think you're right, Bob, because I was talking with the Salem News sports writer Phil Stacy before the game, and he thought that the Salem played a weaker schedule.
If you look at it, it's a much weaker schedule.
Beverly, yeah, and Beverly lost. They lost 5 games, but they lost a lot of close games to some good players.
To playoff teams, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gloucester, Marblehead, Tewksbury.
Tewksbury, yeah.
These are really tough opponents.
And Joey Loretti hits a squibbing ball that just kind of dies on the 33-yard line, and it's pounced on by one of the. Well, they're not going to call a penalty on that.
There's another flag down, and
they're not going to call a penalty on
this
that.
is against Beverly, and I don't.
Yeah, but he was trying to avoid the guy.
Looks like he's called a clip.
Kick is recovered by Dante Roper.
If it's a clip, it's 15 yards.
Flag on the field.
And another costly penalty.
Instead of recovered, if you're missing keys.
15-yard penalty. I don't know what that was for, because it looked to me like one of the Beverly players was got his foot caught, and he tried to avoid the Salem player, and he kind of leaped over him. But I don't know
what.
what.
Call clipping, but I don't know why Beverly would be clipping in that situation.
Yeah, well, you can't call it clipping on the defensive
if
team.
anything, maybe Salem could be clipping, but
well, in any event, it's a 1st and 10 for Salem on their own 48-yard line, and
First and 10 from their 48.
And it's a give to number 2, and he's trying to get around the left end, and he's tackled for no gain. He stopped in his tracks. Number 2 is Ruben Baez. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly for the Salem
Tackled by Mikey Adams.
fans. So it's a second down and 10. The quarterback is number 9, Jeffrey Holloway.
Second down is 10.
And Bob, the Salem Witches have 3 or 4 really good runners that have gained 400, 500, 600 yards this season.
And I can see why. That bull of a fullback that they have.
Oh, a little bit. Oh, and the quarterback drops the ball and then he slips and falls. I also thought there was motion here. Whoever was flanked on this right end looked like he moved before the snap the ball. But in any event, it's
the cold temperatures definitely affected that because the ball just bounced off his hand and then he had trouble picking it up. Probably because his hands are frozen.
Yeah, that's true. So it's about an 8-yard loss for Salem. They've been having trouble holding on, handling the ball, and outside of 1 or 2 runs by number 8, they have not been doing too well on offense. I don't think either team has thrown a pass yet.
Well, I don't think they will either because unless the quarterback's got a hand warmer inside that little pouch that he keeps his hands in. But other than that, I don't know how he gets thrown it.
And it is a pass this time. And there's a throw, and it's in and out of the hands of number 88 for Patrick Bordway.
Patrick Bordway.
And that looked like he had that.
Rich Malumba put a little bit of a hit on the receiver too.
On their own
the intended receiver.
So it's a 4th and 18 for Salem on their 40-yard line, and this will force a kick. And Beverly has Pat Parsons awaiting the punt here down around his own. Right now he's about between the 30 and 35. We'll see what happens. They've got number 77 doing the punting. Looks like Melkin Batista. Melkin, big guy. Looks like a lineman. Yeah.
If he ever gets his leg into this, it could go away.
Yeah, and he kicks, and it's Pat Parsons evades the first. Oh, boy, that was a necktie tackle. But Pat Parsons did a nifty bit of running there, avoiding the first 2 men that were zeroing in on him, and he got a nifty about a 10 or 15-yard run back on that.
I got a hunch that the defensive players that were zeroing in on him kind of thought he was going to make a fair catch, so they hesitated just a little bit. So he just took the ball and then stepped in between them. Made a nifty little run back on it.
So Beverly,
he did pay the price right at the end.
Beverly has an 8-0 lead, and they take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line. Again, they've got that I formation going. Ryan Barrow under center, and he gives to the 3rd man. Oh, and it's a fumble. Clayton McAlpine fumbled the ball, but he recovered his own fumble. So that's no gain there, maybe a loss. And Beverly hasn't even flanked any men yet. They haven't even shown an intent to pass here.
No,
so it's
I sympathize, because if their hands are as cold as mine, I don't know how they can even hold on the ball to even to hand it off.
McAlpine comes out of the game. I probably March Malumba is replacing him. Let me see if that's Malumba is number 44, and he's at the top of the I. And again, Beverly, very, very tight formation. And Barrow calls his own number. He slips. He's trying to get around the end. And he's stutter stepping. Oh, and it's a fumble. And Salem recovers. Yeah, a little bit. That ball is hard to hold on to. So Beverly coughs up the ball. Ryan Barrow was running, dancing. He looked like he was very close to a first down. So Salem will take over right at midfield. Big break for Salem. 7 minutes, 28 seconds left in the first half.
I think in Ryan Barrow's case, it was a time to go down, and that was it. Did not try to make an extra yard. It's too cold.
So
the only reason I have any feeling in my hand is that I'm making love to a cup of hot cider here. Just about 2 more minutes is going to have an iceberg in it.
So Jeffrey Holloway is the quarterback, and he's under center. He's got, and it's a give to number 8 again, and he's stopped after maybe a yard gain.
Jim O'Fury with the carry, tackled by Brady Pratt.
I know Fury is a big guy, as we said, 6'2", 220. So that was no gain on that play.
No, Beverly was looking for that one. They stopped him right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Yeah. So far there's been one pass by Salem, and that was.
And it was a nice pass.
It wasn't. It was right in his hands, right in his chest, and it just went straight through. It's difficult when your fingers are freezing. It's difficult to hang on to that ball. And there's this, and it's again it's a give, and he's stopped by. Who's that? Andrew Avila, maybe?
Yeah, he didn't even take a step.
Foster Smallman.
He got the ball and he was hit immediately.
Number 25, Foster Smallman's knifed in from his linebacker spot, or his defensive end spot.
Fury the ball. Tackle made by Andrew Avila. 2 yards lost on the Avila tackle, makes it 3rd and 12.
So it's 3rd and 12. Outside of 1 or 2 runs that they had during first quarter, Salem has not been able to move the ball.
No, they haven't been able to.
They got 3 men wide. Oh, there was a 2. Oh, and he falls, and it's a fumble. And Beverly recovers the fumble. It was recovered by Clayton McAlpine. I have to say that Clayton McAlpine, on defense, he's a monster from his linebacker spot. He's in and around every play. He is quite a ball player. But
I thought for a minute that the quarterback was down before he lost the ball.
Yeah. Well, on the exchange of fumbles, Beverly picks up 10 yards. Exchange of fumbles, and Beverly gains 10 yards on that. Beverly will have a 1st and 10 on the Salem 40-yard line. 5 minutes and 48 seconds left in the first half. And it's a pitch to Marge Malumba, and he's grabbed in the backfield, but he breaks free, and he keeps fighting for about a 6-yard gain. He was, if he hadn't been grabbed by that defensive man, I think he would have had that end. He would have gotten around that left end, but
did a good job of breaking that tackle.
Yeah, he did.
He was looking at a
5-yard
pretty good
carry.
loss.
2nd down and 5.
So the ball is on the 35-yard line of Salem, and it will be a 2nd down and 5. They had Malumba was in the top of that eye, got the ball, was pitched to him, and it looked like
he was going to have a 5-yard loss.
And it's a counter play there, and it's give to Andrew Avila, and he gains about 2 or 3. The quarterback faked the pitch, and then the counter Avila came, and so it'll be a 3rd and about 3 on the 33-yard line. 3rd and 3 on the 33. How do you like that? 3rd and 3 on the 33, Bob.
Okay, there is a.
You're not.
There is a mystical number.
And it's a give to McAlpine, and McAlpine fights, and he's down to the 25-yard line, so it's a 1st and 10 for Beverly, and they're down to the 25-yard line of Salem. So it looks like the Beverly line is kind of outfighting the Salem line at this point, making room for the running backs. Whereas
I think in the overall, throughout the first half, they have been much more in control of the line than has Salem.
And it's a give to McAlpine again, and McAlpine fights down to.
McAlpine, the ball carrier.
He's down to about the 18-yard line where they place the ball. At the 19-yard line, so it'll be a 2nd down and 4 for Beverly. Now they just keep pounding away, and if they can get 4 or 5 yards a clip, then.
It'll bring 2nd and 4 from the 19.
You can gain 4 yards every time you touch the ball.
And it's a give to Malumba, and Malumba follows his blocking, and he's down to the 12-yard line, so it'll be another 1st down for Beverly. 3 minutes and 38 seconds left in the first half.
Good for a Beverly 1st down.
Again, as you know, the Beverly's line just blew Salem back off the line.
Beverly is rotating Malumba
running
and
room there, and that's all
McAlpine.
it takes.
It looks like a timeout on Salem's part. So I just want to remind our viewers that you are watching the BevCam Sports Network. And for those of us, I know we have some fans down in Florida who watch us. We stream these games, and I'd like to shout out to our fans in Florida who are watching.
Last call for 50.
Ask them if they can send some of that weather up here by the beginning of the second half.
Call.
So far, it's even though it's a very close game, literally it's a one-score game, but
No,
8-0. But
this was not a blowout by any means.
and that's
Although you just get the feeling that Beverly's in control.
definitely they are in control, and if they can put this score on and go in with at least two scores ahead at halftime. Under these kinds of conditions, the wind whipping around and the cold, I think that's difficult to overcome. And there's Malumba. Malumba fighting, and he's down to about the 3-yard line.
Ryan back.
Or was that Barrow?
I'm going to rely on your eyes here because I can't. I got a wall between me and where the ball is.
So the first, no, it looks like, is there a penalty? What's going on here? They're pushing the Beverly, holding on Beverly. So that nullifies a first down, and it's a,
Don't know what the penalty was.
it's a holding penalty. Yeah, holding. So
Penalty will back Beverly up.
So Beverly is back to their 23-yard line, it looks like, back to the Salem 23. They've got to get down to just inside the 5 for a first down. So it's a second down and almost 20. So it's a give to McAlpine, and McAlpine breaks 3, and he's down to about the 10. So he picked up about 9 or 10 of that back.
Pretty much got the penalty back.
Yeah. So it's looks like a second and about 11 now for Beverly. And where are they placing the ball? The ball is at the 18. 10, I'm sorry, it's at the 14-yard line, 13-yard line. I apologize to our viewers. It's hard to tell from the press box here. And it's a give to McAlpine again, and he's tackled. Number 2 from Salem, a very nice play. He's knifed in and got into the backfield, and he actually tackled McAlpine in his own backfield.
It was a nice defensive play. He just got past the line of scrimmage and just ran right down the line of scrimmage and hit McAlpine before he even got back to the line of scrimmage.
Salem 14. 2:20 remaining in the half.
So there's 2 minutes and 19 seconds. The clock is running, and Beverly has a 3rd and 10 at their own at the Salem 14-yard line. The single back Malumba, and Malumba gets the handoff, and he's fighting, churning, and he's down to about the 6 or 7 yard line.
Hurd Malumba, the ball carrier.
And very close to the first down, actually. So it'll be about a 4th and 3, 4th and 4. They've got to get just inside the 5, and they place the ball on the 7. So
4th and 3 for Beverly.
So 1 minute and 35 seconds and a half. They'll go for this for sure, and try to put this score on the board before the half. Otherwise, it's anybody's game, with only a one score lead. And there's McAlpine, and he doesn't look like he's going to get it. So
he got met right at the line of scrimmage. Salem takes over on bounds.
Ryan, tackle for Salem. Salem holds on 4th down.
looks like Clayton McAlpine is discussing something with an official very vociferously. And he's mad about something.
He definitely has a point to make. I don't know if he's making it,
but anyway, Salem takes over 1st and 10 on their own 5-yard line.
Their own 5-yard line.
And minute 17 left in the half. So Beverly unable to capitalize on that recovered fumble, and drives down to about the 4-yard line, 5-yard line where their drive stalls, and Salem takes over. And Beverly smelled that play out. They saw that play coming. I think that was actually a loss of a couple of yards. And McAlpine is on the tackle. He was miffed by not making that first down. He had some disturbance on that. So it's Beverly taking a timeout. They're thinking that if they force, but if there's running plays here, it's going to be difficult to. With 1 minute, 1 second left in the first half, Beverly had 8-2-0, and the ball's on the 4-yard line between the 3 and the 4, so there was a loss of.
I have a feeling that Salem would be content to let the clock run out and not have to punt and give Beverly even one play from the short field.
Well, I'm sure Coach Morency will be calling a timeout after every play here on just so they can. And it's a give up the middle, and it's up to about the 9-yard line.
Ruben Baez to carry, tackled by Bobby Adams.
Ruben Baez, number 2, to carry. 45 seconds left, and Beverly.
Every 3rd down is 5 from the 10-yard line.
Beverly's not taking a timeout. They're willing to go 30, so this will probably be the last play. And Salem is in no hurry to get this play underway.
I think they'll be very content to let this be the last play.
Well, if I were Salem, I'd be happy to go with, behind 8-0 for sure. And it's a throw to number 87.
Jeffrey Holloway,
Jaco Pena, and it's incomplete with 7.5 seconds left in the first half.
Jaco Pena is incomplete.
Well, and Beverly with 7 seconds, they'll be forced to punt.
Down in 5, just over 7 seconds remaining in the half.
You know, if I were them, I would just run the ball.
I was going to say, I would just.
That would take up.
I would just run toward the sideline, try to take.
Yeah.
Few seconds off the clock, or a few seconds are left.
So Beverly has Pat Parsons and Dan Morency on about the 40-45 line, and I wouldn't be surprised if this guy ran with the ball. No, he's kicking it, and it's a high kick. It's taken by Dan Morency, and Morency's tackled almost immediately, and that's the end of the first half. So,
He's rubbing his feet on the grass like there's no leverage, no footing underneath him. So anyway, the half expires, and that Beverly leading 8-0. And as you said, I think Salem should be happy that that's all that it is, because Beverly, although they didn't dominate in the scoring, they seem to be in control of the game throughout the first half.
And it looks like Beverly. I don't know. When they were warming up, they seem to be able. They seem to be throwing the ball and practicing throwing the ball. So I don't know what's changed. Whether they just feel that it's too cold, but if they threw a couple of times, they would loosen up that Salem defense. So, but anyway,
Salem was basically playing the run all the way. So. I don't know under the weather conditions whether you could throw a long pass in this kind of cold. But if you could, boy, there was a lot of room back there behind Salem's defense.
Well, with the first half gone here on Thanksgiving Day in chilly and windy Hurd Stadium, Beverly Panthers lead the Salem Witches 8-0, and we'll be back for the second half kickoff in a moment.
You are watching BevCam. Here, anyone can come to the studio to make their own local TV show. Contact us with your idea. We'll help you get started with producing your own show, editing it, and then we'll broadcast it to all of Beverly for your friends and family to see. You might even get some new fans. We also film local events like sports, music, city council meetings, and more. If you miss out on anything in town, you can catch up on it here. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Contact us at 978-927-5544 or email us at admin@bevcam.org.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, they can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
Listen.
All it took was someone who would insist that I just try.
Suddenly, everything was turned around because they judge you.
You tell them, I don't need this.
No one is going to understand.
Unless they've been through it, how can they?
Then one day you realize,
You feel so hopeless.
I need help. I need help.
You feel so hopeless.
Then one day you realize,
Unless they've been through it, how can they understand?
I don't need this.
No one's going to judge you.
suddenly everything was turned around because they insist that I just try.
All it took was someone who would just...
Listen.
Creativity is putting your imagination to work, and it's produced the most extraordinary results in human culture. Dreams come from inspiration. Inspiration comes from an idea. And ideas come from creativity. We believe in raising up a new generation of creative minds. And it all starts with you. Help sponsor the award-winning Beverly High School Media Program so the students can have the resources they need to make dreams happen.
You are watching BevCam. Here, anyone can come to the studio to make their own local TV show. Contact us with your idea. We'll help you get started with producing your own show, editing it, and then we'll broadcast it to all of Beverly for your friends and family to see. You might even get some new fans. We also film local events like sports, music, city council meetings, and more. If you miss out on anything in town, you can catch up on it here. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Contact us at 978-927-5544 or email us at admin@bevcam.org.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, they can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
Listen.
All it took was someone who would insist that I just try.
Suddenly, everything was turned around because they judge you.
You tell them, I don't need this.
No one is going to understand.
Unless they've been through it, how can they?
Then one day you realize,
You feel so hopeless.
I need help. I need help.
You feel so hopeless.
Then one day you realize,
Unless they've been through it, how can they understand?
I don't need this.
No one's going to judge you.
suddenly everything was turned around because they insist that I just try.
All it took was someone who would just...
Listen.
Creativity is putting your imagination to work, and it's produced the most extraordinary results in human culture. Dreams come from inspiration. Inspiration comes from an idea. And ideas come from creativity. We believe in raising up a new generation of creative minds. And it all starts with you. Help sponsor the award-winning Beverly High School Media Program so the students can have the resources they need to make dreams happen.
Here comes the kid for Salem. Salem will start out first and 10 on their own 15-yard line. Grande on the carry, tackled by Brady Pratt. Fury, carrier, tackled by Bobby Adams. The 3rd and 6. Batter down by Foster Smallman. Gonna make it 4. The 4th and 6 for Salem. All right, we're going to announce the winning 50-50 ticket. Announce the winning 50-50. Get your tickets ready. All right, we have the winner is a blue ticket 8150984. Blue ticket 8150984. $764. You can go to the concession stand.
What's that?
For your winning.
Can you hear me or not? Okay. All right. Hanging up. So Beverly has a 2nd down and 7 on the 27-yard line, and that time the back is stopped in the backfield for a loss.
Clayton McAlpine, the ball carrier.
That was Clayton McAlpine. He comes out of the game. So it's a 3rd down and about 7 or 8 for Beverly. They've got to get
3rd and 7 for Beverly.
They've got to get down to the 23-yard line. And it's a fake. There he is. He's wide open. Oh, my goodness. He was so wide open, and the ball was underthrown by Ryan Barrow. Duncan Moreland was wide open on that play.
Yeah, he didn't have any company out there at all. He was wide open. If the ball had been thrown another 5 yards higher, that would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, he would have been in for the touchdown, I think,
he
on
could
that
have
one.
walked backwards into it. He was all by himself out there.
That looks like another penalty on Beverly, a motion penalty. So
well, that would have negotiated a completed pass anyway.
So it's a 4th down and 8 on the 30-yard line for Beverly. Yeah, he was wide open. He was open right from the get-go.
As we mentioned earlier, the the Salem defensive backs are playing up close to the line. So anybody that took 3 or 4 steps past the line would be all by himself back there.
And it's a give to Clayton McAlpine, and he does not make it. So Beverly will give up on downs. So it looks like Beverly is squandering some good scoring opportunities here. They had an opportunity at the end of the first half, which they couldn't capitalize on. And here they've had a little bit
of gift of good field position right here. That's they couldn't, as you say, couldn't capitalize on it.
So Salem will take over 1st and 10 on their 29-yard line. They've got a very tight formation, 1 man wide to the right. And the quarterback, it's a direct snap to number 8, the fullback. And he's fighting a big pile of people.
Boy, he is hard to bring down.
Ruben Myers, the ball captain.
So that looked like O'Fury, and it's a 2-yard gain there, so it'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Salem Witches. Six minutes, 59 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And it's a snap direct to number 8, O'Fury, and he gets maybe a yard, maybe 2, so it'll be 3rd down and about 6. They've got to get down to the 39-yard line, and it's at the 34, between the 33 and 34, so they've got to get about 5 or 6 yards, 5 yards, let's call it. So it's 3rd and 5 for Salem.
Down and 5 for Salem.
It's a tricky little call here for Salem because it's too cold to pass, and 5 yards is hard to pick up the way they've been going with those smashes into the middle of the line, which so far are only yielding them 1 or 2 yards a carry.
So Salem comes out for a 3rd and 5, 6 minutes exactly left in the 3rd quarter. Quarterback is in the shotgun position. He fakes a handoff to number 8, and he's running, and he throws it, and it's behind his receiver, number 4, who was Chris Nagrambe. And so it'll be a 4th down and 5 for Salem. That was a pretty well conceived play, but they just couldn't.
Well, the quarterback got in trouble early. He almost was sacked. He did a good job evading the sack. There were 2 Beverly defenders right on top of him. But when he did get free, it was a well-conceived play.
So 5 minutes and 46 seconds. The clock is stopped on that incompletion. So Salem will be punting again. Number 77, Melkin Bautista is the punter. He'll be punting from his own about 22-yard line. And it looks like Dan Morency. Oh, it's another high wobbly kick.
It's another
hits at about the 45. Oh, the hit down at about the 45-yard line of Denver.
That was a fly to
Salem,
the infield.
and,
He didn't get that thing. Barely passed the line of scrimmage.
It was touched by the Salem player, and the ball is on the 40-yard line.
6-yard punt. Beverly takes over 1st and 10 on the Salem 40.
So you can tell how hard that wind is blowing. It was a 6-yard punt, Bob.
Yeah, I know it, and it's probably a very hard football too. Salem's punter is a big kid, but even he hasn't been able to get much distance on his punts.
So McAlpine is deep in the formation, and Barrow drops back to pass. Oh, and again the ball is not well thrown. That was Pat Parsons. And Barrow just doesn't seem to be on target there.
Well,
Those last two passes were the men were open. They did their job, but the ball just didn't get to them.
I don't know how he can throw it at all, to tell you the truth. I've been this close since I was in the Air Force working on the flight line. But it's hard on the receivers too. That ball almost has to be perfectly thrown because they're not going to be able to make any fingertip catches on a day like this.
And it's a pitch back to Clayton McAlpine, and he's dropped. Again, number 2, Ruben Baez broke through, and it's a loss of about 5 yards. So Beverly going backwards here.
They're going in the wrong direction.
Yeah, neither team seems to be able to sustain any kind of offense here in the second half.
Which before the game started was kind of predictable. I kind of thought this game would be played between the 40-yard lines. No offense being able to generate much of anything.
Merge Malumba back in the game for Beverly, and it's a screen pass. It's at Bobby Avila, and Avila is down to about the 20-yard line. That was a nice play there.
Well done.
Nice little screen pass, inside screen to Avila for about a 30-yard gain.
Good for a Beverly first down.
He dodged a couple of tackles. Tiptoed down the line, made a nice 25-yard gain on it.
23-yard completion, Barrett to Avila.
So the ball is at the 24-yard line, 23-yard line. 4:40 left in the third quarter. I think a score here would probably ice the game. In more ways than one. And that was a counter play, but one man stood his ground. That looked like it might have gone all the way. But number 75 stood his ground there and wasn't taken in by the fake, but that was a well-conceived play there. Pat Parsons got the call, about a 1-yard gain, but that looked like it very
looked
close
like it would
to
go further than it did. But you're right, a score here I think would put this one away.
Clayton McAlpine in the top of the eye, and it looks like, and it's a give to McAlpine up the middle, and
Clayton McAlpine,
he's down to about the 15-yard line, close to for 16. So it'll be about 3rd and 3, it looks like. Now Beverly's got to convert here because if they can score here, I think that would.
I think it would. I think it would put it away.
And Beverly started to open up their offense a little bit, and they're throwing now, which they didn't do the entire first half. It's a give to McAlpine. He's fighting, and he's very close to the first down. Depends on where the refs mark the ball.
By Chris DeGrande.
And they're showing first down. So it'll be
McAlpine carry is good for his Beverly first down.
So Beverly has a 1st and 10 on the Salem 13-yard line.
Nice run by McAlpine.
And McAlpine and Avila are in the I formation in back of Ryan Barrow. Barrow under center, takes the snap. Again, he gives to McAlpine. McAlpine bounces off of one tackle or another, and he's down close to the 10, down to about the 12-yard line. Not much of a gain, maybe 2 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 8. The ball's at the 12-yard line.
That'd be 2nd down and 8.
Marge Malumba back in, and it's a
Oh,
pass.
that's a pass.
And it's a pass to Pat Parsons, and Parsons is, and he evades the tackle and dives into the end zone. What a nifty play by Pat Parsons.
Nice play.
It looked
Play
like he
right
was
at
going to
the
be
end.
stopped at about the 2-yard line, and somehow he broke free and just popped out, leaped into the end zone. Very nice play.
Pushed it out of that tackle and dove into the end zone. Nice, you're right. Very nice play.
So with the clock is running on, I don't know why the clock is running. So there's a minute 55 left in the third quarter. Beverly is up 14 to nothing with that score. And we'll see, looks like a flag, another flag. Too many men on the field.
Looks that way. Although, if they haven't broken the huddle, what difference would it make how many men are out there?
What was that bullshit?
Too many men in the huddle. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I guess.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And so Ryan Barrow runs back to Coach Morency to get some advice. Looks like they are going for 2 here. McAlpine.
It's not going to be an easy 2 here.
And it's a give to Clayton McAlpine, and he's stopped. They were waiting for him there. Wow, he just tackled by 7 or 8 of the Salem players.
The Salem fans are screaming for a penalty there at the end of the play. When
the Beverly team is looking for a penalty. The Salem man jumped on the Beverly pile well after the play was over.
Well, I think the Salem crowd wants a penalty because there's when the tacklers was getting up, he got leveled by a Beverly player.
I didn't quite see what happened, but it looked like the play was well over, and that Salem man came jumping onto the pile or onto the Beverly player. I don't know quite what happened, but both coaches seem to be upset. There's no penalty on that unless they're going to assess it. No, it looks like the referee is placing the ball at the 40-yard line for Beverly's kickoff here.
The period over? Or? Oh, no, okay. The Salem players I know, one of the tackles, as he was getting up, Beverly played. This was well after the play was over, came along and leveled him. That's what Salem was screaming about. I did not see what penalty was Beverly wanted called.
So with 1 minute 55 seconds left in the third quarter, Beverly will be kicking off to Salem. Beverly is leading 14-0, and Joey Moretti is kicking off, and it's a end over end kick. It's taken on the 20-yard line by number 13, and he's up to about the 37 or 38-yard line. And the crowd is booing for some reason.
Nice open field tackle there. I don't know.
Seems like there's a lot of activity in the stands over across from us. I don't know what it's all about.
Maybe they're just trying to
maybe
stay
they're just
warm.
trying to get their yeah, they're either trying to stay warm or get their team motivated. But Salem will take over first and 10.
Salem will take over on their
36-yard
line, down 14-0. 1:49 remaining in the third quarter.
So Salem will start this drive on their own 36-yard line, first and 10. And I think if they're going to put some points on the board, Bob, they're going to have to...
they're going to have to start thinking about it right here.
Yeah, open up a little bit. They got one flanker out wide left here, kind of a lonesome end. And it's a give to their fullback, and he's stopped for no gain. It's a fumble.
They had blown the play dead.
The ball was fumbled, but the refs must have... Now they've been letting the players play. They've been letting that pack move previously. Now what are they saying? Offsides, Beverly? Offsides. Okay. So it'll be a 1st and 5 for Salem. Beverly
offside makes it 1st and 5 for Salem.
So that was an offsides penalty on Beverly. And
I didn't see it. I was looking right down the line too. I didn't see the offside.
and it's a give to number 2, and he is stopped by about a 3-yard loss. That was Ruben Baez. And Beverly seems to have this running game of Salem pretty well figured out.
I think they can gain some confidence in the fact that they can just keep looking for the run. I don't think Salem is going to throw the ball, even under the circumstances of being down 14-0.
So it's a 2nd down and about 7. They have to get over the 45-yard line. They're at the 39 right now. So it's a 2nd down and about 7. Quarterback is in the shotgun. There's the snap, and he keeps the ball. And there's the pass over the middle, and it's number 4.
That's close.
And he's tackled.
Ooh, that's really close.
And I believe it's very close to the 1st down. Oh, and there's another penalty. Another penalty on Beverly.
Yeah, I think
Beverly's really hurting themselves with these personal fouls.
He thinks that Beverly players protested too much, as Shakespeare said. Well, this is a big one, too.
There's a big 15-yard penalty against Beverly. There's a lot of heat. Whoa. So the ball has moved all the way down to the Beverly 39-yard line on that pass completion and penalty against Beverly. So it was about a 30-yard, 15 yards on the pass play, and another 15 yards. All I can say is that these players are very motivated here to win this game, and the tempers might be running high, and
there's a lot of protesting.
Who knows? There's a lot of trash talk down on the field.
That's what I'm thinking. A lot of this is. I know that there's been a lot of protesting to the officials by the players, and I don't know exactly what they've been saying, but I think that maybe they've got the officials' attention here, and they're starting to call some of these taunting penalties, that kind of thing.
So it's a timeout on the field with 5 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Beverly is leading 14-0. Coach Morency seems to be very unhappy on the sideline. From what I can see here, seems very agitated. But it's a 1st and 10 in any event for Salem on the Beverly 39-yard line, and we'll see what happens here. And it's a give to number 8, their big fullback, and he's fighting, and he's down to about the 35-yard line when he goes down. So it's a gain of about 4, so it'll be 2nd down and 6 for Salem.
Well, it's the end of the 3rd period. And I'll just point out that Salem is not really out of this game yet. If they can continue this scoring at this offensive drive that they have going right now, any kind of a score would put them right back in the game.
So we have one more quarter to go here, Bob, on this chilly, windy Thanksgiving Day in this 120th meeting of these two teams. It's one of the longest high school football rivalries in the country.
It is. I think it's the biggest one, the longest one in the area. Even classical New English hasn't been 120 years, so this is a very long-standing rivalry that has always produced a very good game on a Thanksgiving Day, and this is another one.
So Salem has a second down and let's call it 6 on the Beverly 35-yard line, and it's a give to number 2, and he's tackled immediately, probably for a loss. His forward progress didn't make it up to the 35. It was before he was pushed out of bounds at about the 37, 38. So looks like a loss of a yard or two. So it'll be 3rd down and 9 for hang on. No, not there. Oh, here you go. So Salem comes up to the ball, 3rd and 9 on the Beverly 38-yard line. And his quarterback drops back deep to pass, and he throws it, and it's caught. But I don't think he made a first. No, he's dropped the ball. Well, what are the refs going to call?
He's out of bounds, and I don't think he made the first down.
I don't think he made the first down either.
Unless there's another penalty being called there, which I don't know why there's so much going on.
The referees haven't shown any indication on what's going on. No, it looks like they're giving him a first down. No, I mean, that wasn't a first down. I mean, if they have the ball at the 30, they had to get to the 29.
It wasn't even close, I didn't think.
Yeah.
They're putting the chains back anyway.
Yeah, they're putting the...
Where they were originally. No, he didn't make a first.
They had to get to the 29, and then... so it's a 3rd down. I thought that was a 3rd down. It's 4th down.
Yeah, it's 4th down, but they did not make a first down.
Yeah, it's 4th down. 4th down and less than a yard. I'm sure they'll give it to number 8. Or the quarterback will keep it himself, and he gives it to number 8, and he's...
Good call.
And it's clearly a first down to about the 24-yard line of Beverly.
Tackled by Boston Swallowman.
That's Sam O'Fury, who has been their workhorse today, Bob.
He is a low, too.
So the ball is down on the 23-yard line of Beverly.
He's made
1st and 10.
Yardage, really.
That would be 1st and 10 from the Salem Beverly 23-yard line.
So 8 minutes and 42 seconds left in the game. And Salem has the ball 1st and 10 on the Beverly 23. And again, it's a give to big number 8, Sam O'Fury. And he's a big guy, hard to take down. And about a 6 or 7 yard gain on that one, down within the 20-yard line. So it's down to the 22-yard line.
Number 8, it's just about their whole offense.
18, what is it? It's hard to tell here. It's at the 17-yard line of Beverly.
So it's about 3 yards to go.
So it's a 2nd down and about 4 for Salem. 8 minutes and 9 seconds, the clock running. Left here in the 4th quarter of this Thanksgiving Day game. And it's a give. Well, how many plays have you seen like this where literally another penalty? Seems like every time they get into this big scrum and there's a penalty again.
Salem players are clapping, so I assume it's against Beverly.
Tackle made by Foster Smallman. Flag on the field.
Another personal foul against Beverly. Boy, I think more personal fouls in this game than we've seen all season.
More penalties, I think, really. It's just
so
been a flag
on that penalty again. It all goes down to the first.
Goal from the Beverly 7-yard line.
So that takes the ball down to about the 6 or 7 yard line from what we can see here. 9, 8, 7, 6 yard line. And it's a 1st and goal for Salem. And the penalties have really hurt Beverly. And number 8 that time, and boy, Beverly had his number that time. There's a loss of about 4 yards on that.
Oh, here is the ball carrier for Salem. Bobby Adams, the tackler for Beverly.
It's the ball's at the 9 yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 9.
Loss of 2 makes it 2nd and goal from the 9.
Yeah, that last play had almost no chance of working because the Beverly defense was just standing there waiting for the ball carrier.
6 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Beverly up 14-0. Salem driving here. They got the ball 2nd and goal at the Beverly 9. And there it's a double reverse. Number 11, and he's looks like a touchdown.
I think he's in.
And they pull out the trick plays.
Yep.
So Salem runs a double reverse. Now did he score or is he?
Garcia, the touchdown for Salem.
So Salem scores with 6 minutes and 29 seconds left in the game.
Yeah.
So that makes the score 14-6. That was a little razzle-dazzle there, Bob.
Yeah,
but it worked.
It worked. It was very effective.
Very effective because he had literally nobody in front of him when
the entire Beverly defense flowed to this side of the field.
Yeah, they did. Well, they took advantage of the fact that the Beverly defense is really reacting quickly to the movement of the ball. And so
he had a lot of open space when he did get outside there.
It looks like the kicker is looking for a tee, and that might be. And there's a snap, the placement, and it looks like it's good.
Yep.
So that makes the score Beverly 14 and Salem 7 with 6 minutes 29 seconds left in the game. So it's a one-score game here, Bob.
As I said, if they had
things can happen,
that offensive score,
Beverly might be doing themselves disservice here with these personal fouls.
Oh, very much so.
A lot of these personal fouls have kept Salem's drives alive and given them.
I don't know what the personal
so Beverly
foul
needs.
is.
Beverly needs to, I think, score here to ensure this victory. Otherwise, with one,
or control the ball for a good amount of time. They've got six and a half minutes
Salem
left
score
in the
and a 2-point conversion would be a 1-point win for Salem.
So I said if they had scored on that play, which they on that drive, which they did, they're back in the game, and they're definitely back in the game.
So I think Beverly is looking for an onside kick. They've got all of their skill players here. They got Mikey Adams and Pat Parsons and Dan Morency and Ryan Barrow.
He's teeing the ball up almost
within 5 yards of the 50-yard line, so they're looking for an onside kick.
Yeah.
Pat Parsons, one man deep. So, and it is a whoa. Well, it looks like Salem has recovered.
I think
they bounced off the Beverly player, and it looks like Salem recovered the ball.
Salem had the ball. I don't know if it scored it free or not.
So Salem converts the onside kick.
Yeah,
the ball bounced off of the Beverly player, and so with 6 minutes 29 seconds, Salem converts an onside kick, and they take over 1st and 10 on the Beverly 47-yard line. So
it was a very effective.
You can never tell in these games.
It was a very effective kick. The kicker lined teed the ball up almost on the right hash mark, so you knew it was going to be an onside kick. But it's still bouncing around, and it's still a cold football and hard to hang on to, and Beverly couldn't hang on to it.
The kicker wasn't the one who kicked it.
No.
So that was very smartly done. So it's a 1st and 10 for Salem on the Beverly 47-yard line. And there's a give to number 4, and he slips and trips and looks very close to the first down at about the Beverly 37-yard line for Salem.
He made it, I think.
Chris McGromby with the carry for Salem. Tackled by Andrew Avila.
So it's a first down, it looks like, for...
Good for a Salem first down.
So the ball's at the 37-yard line of Beverly, 1st and 10 for Salem with 6 minutes and 8 seconds. The clock running here and left in the game.
37.
Oh, and it's a fumble. And big number 8, Sam O'Fury, dropped the ball and alertly dove right back down on it.
Made a good recovery to get the ball.
And so that's a loss. So it's 2nd down and 15.
Yep.
2nd down and 15 for Salem. Ball on the 42-yard line, Beverly 42-yard line. 5 minutes and 29 seconds left in the game. Salem comes up to the ball.
Wouldn't be a bad place to try another pass right here. I think Beverly should be watching for it.
Oh, that was offsides. And the ball was incomplete. It was thrown in back of the receiver. Number 4 was Chris Negromby. Does it seem to me, but did some of those linemen seem to jump on that ball?
I didn't see that.
So it's a 3rd down.
I was
and,
watching the receiver, so I wasn't watching the
15
interior line.
For Salem. Ball's on the 42-yard line of Beverly. 4 minutes and 59 seconds. The clock is stopped on that incompletion. Give. It looks like it's a halfback pass back to the... Oh, it's intercepted by Beverly. Mikey Anderson.
Very alert.
With a game-winning, could be a game-winning interception.
Yep.
That was a pitch back. It looked like it was going to be a sweep to the right, and the halfback stopped and threw it back to the quarterback. But Mikey Anderson
saw it all the way. He was
cut in front of that ball.
Mikey Anderson on the interception from Beverly.
About a 28-yard return on that.
Very
nice play there. So that
very alert play because Mike Anderson was on top.
All Beverly has to do
he kind
now
of saw
is
that
run
play
off the clock
developing.
or put another score on. 4 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game. Beverly has a first down on the 41-yard line of Salem. Beverly in that high formation, and it's a give to the 3rd man, who was Clayton McAlpine. McAlpine about a 3-yard gain, maybe 2-3-yard gain, so it'll be a 2nd down and 8 for Beverly.
2nd and 8 for Beverly.
4 minutes, 25 seconds, and the clock running here in the 4th quarter in this Thanksgiving Day Classic between the Beverly Panthers and the Salem Witches on a very, very cold and windy day. Again, they're in that I formation. And again, it's what a stop. What a stop by number 8 there, fullback. You could hear that. You could hear that hit from up here.
He got his.
Samuel Fury on that.
I'll tell you, that was a hard stick.
Just as McAlpine was taking his first full step, boom. So Beverly switches out a couple of players. It's a 3rd down and 9, and it's a passing situation, and he's sacked. Back at the 49-yard line by number 77, Bautista, who was their kicker. So it's a 4th down. It's a 4th down and about 20 for Beverly.
Salem called the timeout.
It's at the 49-yard line of Salem. So Beverly on that interception squandered a great opportunity here to salt this game away. So it looks like they're going to be forced to punt.
Oh, definitely. They wouldn't go for it
against the wind, and from what we've seen a couple times here.
You don't want to get Salem the ball on the 50-yard line. No, you want to get some kind of field position out of this.
Number 13, Devin Tolbert, and number 11, Jadrian Garcia are back deep for Salem. So Salem will have another chance with this ball. Oh, and it's barely up to the line of scrimmage on that. Already hits, so that's a very, very, very short punt.
Well, he was
that
being
ball
rushed.
Went straight up in the air, and the wind just held it up.
He was being rushed. He had to rush the punt, and consequently had almost no distance on it. He got a little bit of a fortuitous bounce there, but whatever gain was as a result of the bounce and roll.
So with 2 minutes and 59 seconds left here in the game, Salem will take over on their own 36-yard line, 1st and 10. The referees are having some kind of a conference out there. We'll see what that's about. They're talking to the Beverly coaches, and we'll see what happens here.
Why are they putting the ball on the 40-yard line?
Now they got two footballs out there.
Yeah, I don't quite see what the placement of the ball is going to be here. Is there a penalty against Salem here?
I'm not sure what's going on here.
They keep
holding against Salem, so they'll be assessed a 10-yard penalty, it looks like. Is that from the spot of the foul? So I guess they're trying to determine where the foul is from, holding at the midfield.
Okay, well, there's where the ball was snapped.
So it looks like Beverly will maintain possession of the ball.
Yeah, well, the penalty was assessed from where the original line of scrimmage was.
And the original line of scrimmage
was about the 49-yard line. Now it's down on the 39.
39 of. Yeah, so it looks like Beverly's retaining possession of the ball. I don't know what that was. I can't figure that one out. But
no, I think it's 4th down. I mean, well, I think they still have to. Well, they don't have to kick, but.
Yes, so it's 4th and 4. Okay, I see what it is. It's 4th and 4. So
4th down for Beverly.
Oh, that changes some things.
What? Ooh, the ball is batted down again.
Okay, almost intercepted too. The ball was hanging up there in the air.
Wow, yeah.
Frankly, I would have kicked there anyway.
So 2 minutes. So that play took no time. It was 2 minutes 59 seconds when the play started, and there's still 2 minutes and 59 seconds. So Salem will take over 1st and 10 on their own 39-yard line. So on that penalty, they gained 3 yards. 2 minutes, and it's a give to big number 8, O'Fury.
He made maybe 2 or 3 yards.
It'll be 2nd down and about 7. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the fourth
Yard
quarter.
carry makes it second down and 7.
Two and a half minutes left in the game. The ball is on the Salem 41-yard line. They have a 2nd and 8. And they're pulling out
fake
trick play, and it's Clayton McAlpine dumps number 1. That was a halfback pass there, and Clayton McAlpine.
Pass defended by Duncan Moreland.
Did he get that pass off? I thought it was a sack.
No, he got the pass off.
Oh, he did.
It
Okay.
bounced 3 yards in front of the receiver. It was a ground ball.
Okay.
But,
So it's
he
a
got it
3rd
off.
down and 8 for. I thought that was a sack. I didn't see him even throw the ball.
You know, it bounced here. The receiver had no chance at it.
So.
Third, 7.
So 2 minutes and 12 seconds. It's a 3rd and 7.
Pass.
And there's a pass.
Ooh,
and it's caught by.
Nice defensive play to
And it's
save the
caught, but
first down.
It's not a first down. He's got to get to the 49. So it'd be.
By Duncan Moreland.
Good play by Duncan Moreland.
So
to
it's
prevent any further gain.
So the clock is running, a minute and
Less than 2 minutes left.
Pass.
ref puts the ball in play.
Complete to Devin Tolbert.
The clock should be running.
4th down and 2. 4th and 2.
The clock should be running, he's saying. Why isn't the clock running?
The officials should be keeping the official score.
They lost about 10 seconds, 10 or 12, 15 extra seconds there. So it's a give to number 8. And it looks like he got the first down.
Ball carrier to Salem. That's going to be good for a Salem first down. Timeout, Salem.
So a minute and 39 left in the game. And Salem has a 1st and 10 right at midfield. So it's come down to this here in this Thanksgiving Day Classic. A minute and 39 seconds left in the game. Salem has the ball 1st and 10 on the Beverly 49-yard line with a minute 39 left.
The distance of the field.
And Beverly is leading 14-7.
And I don't think they're going to be able to do it by pounding the ball in the middle. So I think this huddle will be calling several pass play options.
So Salem comes out. The number 1 is their quarterback now, and he's being chased.
He's under pressure.
And he throws it out of bounds. Adams was chasing him. Number 75 Adams, and
Pressure from the Panthers.
I don't know. Was there a receiver anywhere on the ball block there?
They have Nate Manea. Salem has Nate Manea at quarterback now, replacing Jeffrey Holloway. I think they figure they have to pass here for this
Oh, they
win.
definitely do. They're going to go 50 yards, and they've got a minute and a half to do it.
So it's a 2nd down and 10. It just seems to be so much official stuff. The officials just seem to be having these long conferences with. Now what?
I have no idea.
Looks like they're changing the ball out. So it's a 2nd down and 10. And
Nice pressure.
And he's dumped for, after about a 2-yard gain. The number 1 looked to pass, and he's kind of wobbly.
He's wobbly getting up. Is right.
Got sandwiched between 2 Beverly players a minute.
Dave Manaya, the carrier for Salem.
He got.
Tackled by Andrew
Why is
Avila.
the clock stopped again? The penalty?
He got. He took a pretty
Timeout.
good look there right at the end of the play.
Why is the clock stopped? I don't understand.
Somebody called the timeout.
Oh. Okay, so it's a 3rd and 13, minute 18 left in the game. And there's a pass over the middle, and it's complete. Not quite for a first down. It'll be a 4th down. The ball had to get down to the 39-yard line of Beverly. Minute and 3. They have a 4th and 2 for Salem. 55 seconds, 54, 53. 50 seconds left in the game. It's a 4th and 2. And
his whistles.
And
somebody call a timeout.
It's a timeout. Timeout called by Salem. Boy, that looked like it was.
Timeout, Salem.
Wow.
I don't know how they got that timeout. It looked like the play
Yeah,
was
it looked
well
like the play
underway.
was well underway before they called the timeout. But in any event, this is it. 43.9 seconds left. Salem has a 4th and 2 on their own 39-yard line. Beverly leading 14-7 here in this Thanksgiving Day Classic from Hurd Stadium. I'd like to remind our viewers that you've been watching the Beverly Sports Network. I'm Walt Kosmowski with the play-by-play. My cohort Bob Hobbs here with the color. And our director and producer in the studio, Robert Dokes. And our cameraman, as always, Mark Lehman up top. Thank you, Mark, for your service.
Is
on a
anybody
day
still
like
alive up
today.
there, Mark? Mark and his friends are standing on top of this press box. And let me tell you, if it's cold inside the press box, it's frigid up there.
This is it. It's a 4th and 2. Are they gonna try to?
I think they almost have to throw it here. I don't know.
And it's a gift to number 8, and he makes it. He's got the first down, and he's down to about the 35, 36-yard line. And the number 4 is wide open. Where did he come from? He's down to the 19-yard line with 23 seconds.
Did he get out of bounds? I think we're still in bounds. This clock should still be running.
And there's a penalty on the field. Flag down. See what this is about.
Flag on the field.
The ball is currently on the 18-yard line, but we'll see what this
lining
penalty
up
is
back
about.
here, and I got a hunch that this is against Salem, if there is a penalty.
Awful lot of penalties in this game, Bob. Awful lot of penalties. And so the refs again are in a long conference. It's just seemed to be the story of this game, unfortunately. 23.3 seconds left. Beverly is up 14-7. And we'll see whether it's a 1st and 10 for Salem or too many. Oh, illegal man downfield, let's say. I was wondering how that
Well, they seem to be, Salem seemed to be staying back here, so I assumed it was against Salem.
So that completion will be wiped out, illegal man downfield. So I don't know what the penalty is for that.
I don't think the refs do either.
So it's a 5-yard penalty. So it's a 1st and 15 for Salem on the Beverly 40-yard line. 23 seconds left. It looks like maybe time for two, maybe 3 pass plays. If
you can get 3 passes out of this if you get rid of the ball fairly quickly. If you have to wait for a receiver to get open, though, this could be down to 1 or 2 plays.
Now what's going on? Now looks like a timeout. Oh, and another penalty. And another penalty against Salem. Looks like a bench penalty against the bench for arguing, I think. Or a player, I'm not sure. But the Salem side is very, very upset with that last call. And it looks like a penalty against Salem for arguing the call.
That could be a costly argument for them.
Yeah, I think penalties have cost both sides. Oh, it's what? The penalty was. Declined? How could you decline a?
I didn't see it. I didn't see a declination indication.
No, this has been. Unfortunately, this game has been marred by a lot of penalties on both sides. Not just motion and things like that, but a lot of personal fouls.
And there seems to be a debate after every flag that goes down, and I don't understand it. Either there's a penalty or there isn't. I don't know what there is to talk about.
So it's 17 seconds left in the game, 17.8 to be exact. Beverly is ahead 14-7, and the ball is on their own 40-yard line, Salem possession, and it's a 1st and 15 for Salem. 17 seconds left. See what they dial up here. You have to go deep into the playbook for some. Now he looked like he left early. And he's sacked. Clayton McAlpine back at the 45-yard line. 4, 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 3, 2, 1. And that's the game. And that's the end of the game. The Salem team, the Beverly team is delirious with that win. And look at the official. Look at the Salem coaching staff is all over the officials.
Yeah,
all over the officials. They are livid.
Some of the Salem players are pushing
This is a
the coaches away.
bad way to end the game. Bad way to end the game. They should shake and go home and have some turkey. What is happening? The referee is motioning something and running off the field backwards, protecting himself, it looks like.
Yeah, he was under. Well, he was pretty well threatened by the Salem coach.
Well, unfortunately for the way it ended, but the players gave it all. You could tell they really wanted to win this game. The Thanksgiving Day Classic here from Hurd Stadium.
Salem made it the game in the 4th period. You know, they were threatening.
Final score here: Beverly 14, Salem 7 on this Thanksgiving, cold and windy Thanksgiving Day from Hurd Stadium. And I'd like to remind our viewers that you have been watching the Beverly Sports Network. I'm Walt Kosmowski with the play-by-play, my cohort Bob Hobbs with the color, and we'd like to thank our cameraman Mark Lehman up top.
If he's still alive.
And our producer, director, Robert Dokes back in the studio. Thank you very much. And this is the last game of the season for Beverly. We'd like to thank our viewers for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. And I guess we'll see you next year, right, Bob?
I certainly hope so, Walt. Thank you for everything.
Well, I'm going to go home and warm up. very cold here today. The toes are almost unfeeling.
I haven't felt my feet since halftime. So it is frigid here.
Well,